So I sat on my pool terrace yesterday evening with my wife, and we were having a nice glass of wine, and we were talking about some of the nuances between the countries that we've lived in the past, and thought it'd be a great idea to let you know some of the nuances that you should expect here in Spain. So welcome to episode number 64 of 2 Minute Tuesday with Hondon Valley Homes. Now, we've done a video about this sort of thing way back in episode 27 of 2 Minute Tuesday, when we looked at some of the differences if you come from the north of Europe to the warmer climes of southern Spain, and the details should be on the screen at the moment. Now, we've got 10 items to rattle through today, so let's get started. Number one, we have paella. Now, my advice is to eat it where the locals eat it, and not in the tourist restaurants where it's probably a reheated frozen affair. Now, paella takes a long time to prepare, and it will tell you this on the menu if it's freshly prepared. Paella is normally eaten during the day, not in the evening, and the Valencian region is the home of paella. However, there are similar dishes in other areas under other names. At number two, cyclists. You will see them everywhere, and especially on the weekend. Now, although they shouldn't, they often ride 4 or 5 abreast, and you may have a peloton or a group of 50 plus riders. Now, in Hondon, we've got, for example, a great cycle lane from La Montañosa into Hondon de las Nieves, which is populated solely by walkers, as the cyclists prefer to use the road. However, don't get angry with them. You'll pass them very quickly. The roads are wide and very quiet. Number three, bullfighting. Very hot topic here in Spain. It splits opinion. Traditionalists of course support it, however in general the youngsters are against it, and it has been banned in many areas in Spain. If you want to start a very lively debate, bring up bullfighting or the royal family in Spain. Sit back and watch the fireworks. At number four, we've got the siesta. Is it fact or is it fiction? Now, most people think or work in air-conditioned offices and shops, and they don't need to escape the midday sun. However, they still have the 3-hour lunch. A little power nap is often what's had at the end of the long lunch, and the real benefit of siesta is for people like builders and farm workers who can have a little nap in the afternoon, get away from the heat of the midday sun. My top tip is if you're going shopping, go between 2 and 5 when lots of the supermarkets and shops will be deserted. Now, at number 5, we've got opening hours. Now, this is on a similar theme to siesta. It's the peculiar working and opening hours that we have here in Spain. Now, in general, shops are open from 9 in the morning until 2 p.m. and from 5 p.m. until 9 p.m. or later. The apartment stores are open from 9 a.m. till 9 p.m. or later. Saturday's normally a half day, 9 until 2 for smaller stores, and take it for granted that everywhere other than bars and restaurants are closed on a Sunday unless you're in a tourist area and it's the height of the season. Number 6, on the theme of time again, we've got the eating hours here in Spain, which may be very different to the eating times where you've come from. Now, breakfast is generally 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock and will often include a beer or a brandy. Lunch, 2 till 4 o'clock, as we've already said, may include wine, and dinner is from 9 o'clock until whenever. The Spanish generally eat very late in the evening. At number 7, following on from eating times, we've got tapas. Is it a meal? Is it a snack? What is it? Well, actually, it's neither, really. It's more of a way of life. If you live in one of the big cities or towns, then what you'll do is you'll go from bar to bar, sampling the tapas as you go. Some will specialise in seafood, some in meat, some in vegetables, and wherever you go, it's all enjoyed with a nice cool drink. Once you've eaten your tapas, you've got to pay for it, so the bill and tipping. How much should you tip? Now, I've just come back from Canada, where you're expected to pay a minimum of 15 or 20% on top of the cost. It's very different here. There's no exact formula, and a tip isn't expected like it is in some other countries. Now, if you're having a small snack or a coffee, then you can just leave some loose change. However, if you had a nice meal, attentive service, 5 to 10% is the norm. However, it's totally up to you. Number 9, dress sense. Well, I can't really talk, but as in any country, people dress for the weather, and on the day of recording it, I mean, it's currently 35 degrees here. Dress sense is far more casual here than it is in the north of Europe, and it's rare to see business people in suits or shirts and ties. However, people still dress for the weather, and the Spanish generally dress better than our northern neighbours. They still look cool and sophisticated even on the hottest of days. Where there is a big difference though is in the winter, when a 20-degree day will see Spanish wearing jumpers and coats and scarves, and you'll still see expats wearing shorts and t-shirts. Finally, number 10, timekeeping. well, this is 2 Minute Tuesday, and this video is probably 4 or 5 minutes long as it goes. But you'll find that generally timekeeping is much better than you would expect. Buses and trains run on time, meetings start roughly when they should be, and deliveries arrive when they're scheduled to. So this is again a very quick fire and light-hearted 10 things or tips that you can benefit from knowing about living in the area. I think we could have easily done 10 more of these videos, as we listed so many of the nuances when we were sat here last night, that we could do so many similar videos, and we'll probably do another one in 6 months or so. So once again, thank you very much for your time again. If you wish to get in touch with us, our details should be on the screen at the moment. And all that remains for me is to once again thank you for your time today, and look forward to seeing you in the next edition of 2 Minute Tuesday with Hondon Valley Homes. So for now, I'm off to go and get a cool drink because I'm melting. Adios.